Okay, fine. In the last session, we have introduced one more shape called as branch shape. Okay, so here branch shape is helpful for me to create the copy of the documents. Okay, so whenever you are having one input and you need to perform two types of operations at a time, at that point of time, we are going to use the branch shape. So here branch shape is helpful for me to create the copy of the documents. And at the same time, here at max, you can create 25 branches. And here branch shape is going to execute sequentially. It means that here first branch executes successfully, then only the control goes to the second branch. If because of some reason, if the first branch execution fails, the control never goes to the second branch. Okay, so in previous session, my requirement is that the start shape of disconnector is capable enough to read the CSV or flat file data. And once the data reaches to the Boomi, now I need to send the original copy of the document into some other target folder, and then I need to convert the same data into the XML file format, and then I need to write the data into some other target folder. Okay. Now here I need to perform two operations at a time. First operation is that first I need to send the data and I need to write the data into some other target folder. And after that, I need to convert the data into the XML file format, and then I need to write the data into some other target folder. Okay, till here we have covered in the previous session. I'll save this one. Now I'm going to test this process once again. One second, guys, please be on the line. Okay. Okay, now execution completed successfully. Now if I click on this disconnector, if I click on the shape source data, if I open this document viewer, here I'll be able to see the respective CSV or flat file data, whatever I have placed in the input folder. Now if I click on the second branch, if I click on this disconnector, if I click on the shape source data, here I'll be able to see the respective XML file data. Why? Because so in the second branch, I have used the map shape, and with the help of this map shape, I'm able to convert the data into the XML file format. Okay. So till here we have covered in the previous session. Now today my requirement is that here you are having two records. Okay. In the input file we are having two records. Let us assume whenever we are working in real time, we might be having 1000 records. Okay. Whenever we are working in real time, we might be having 500 or 1000 records. Whenever we are having multiple records at that point of time, because of some issue or because of some reason, some records might go negative. Okay, I will take another example. So let's say the situation. Suppose if you are working for Flipkart and the customers are going to give the orders repeatedly, and you are going to have 100 records. Okay, you are having 100 records with 100 different order IDs, product names, and prices. Now, because of some issue, some order IDs might go negative. Okay, so because of some manual intervention or because of some reason, some order IDs might go negative. So at that point of time, my requirement is that I need to filter out, okay, I need to filter out the positive records, and I need to send all the positive records into the process. And then I need to hold back the negative records without sending into the process. అంటే నా దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి 100 రికార్డ్స్ లో ఏవైతే పాజిటివ్ రికార్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయో all those positive records I need to send into the process. And whatever the records are negative, I need to hold back without sending into the process. Okay. Now, I'll take one example. So whenever we are doing our graduation, okay, so whenever we are learning, whenever we are going through our graduation, BTech or BCA like that, so we have learned C++. So at that point of time, we have seen the condition, like if the student mark is greater than 35, print pass, else fail. Otherwise, if the student mark is greater than 60, print first class, else second class. In the similar way, today here, I am going to apply the condition in such a way that if the order ID is greater than 0, okay, now here I need to apply the if else condition. If the order ID is greater than 0, it means that whatever the order IDs are positive, I need to send those order IDs into the process, and I need to hold back the negative order IDs without sending into the process. Now let's take example. So every one of us are familiar with the IIT, JEE and NEET exams. Okay, so these are the competitive exams where we are having negative marking system. Okay, these are the competitive exams where we are having negative marking system. Now, because of some reason, some students will get negative marks as well. So at that point of time, now my requirement is that I need to filter out the students, those who got negative marks. So at that point of time here, I am going to apply the condition such a way that if the student mark is greater than 0, okay, I should feel it as qualified, else disqualified. It means that the students, those who got negative marks, they are disqualified. Okay, like that we can apply the conditions. Now here I am explaining the conditions based on the order ID. Okay, in this situation I am applying the condition based on the order ID. If my order ID is greater than 0, then I need to pass the records into the process. Otherwise, I need to hold back without sending into the process. In the similar way, now here I can apply the condition based on the product as well. Sometimes your manager or team lead is going to ask you, guys, please filter out the customers, those who have purchased only mobiles. Okay, please filter out the customers, those who have purchased only mobiles. Otherwise, okay, otherwise, please filter out the customers, those who have purchased only laptops. At that point of time, you are going to apply the condition if the product equal to laptop. Okay, if the product equal to laptop, then you are going to get all the customers those who have purchased the laptop. In the similar way, now here I can apply the condition based on the price also. Sometimes whenever we go for supermarket, when I put suppose Reliance or more supermarket, where they are going to give some points, okay, bonus points. So at that point of time, they need to apply the condition if the customer bill value is greater than 20,000. Okay, if the customer bill value is greater than 20,000, give 5% discount. Okay, like that we are going to get. So in this situation, I am going to apply the condition based on the price. Okay. Now in today's session, I am going to apply the condition based on the order ID. Okay. Now I am going to apply the condition based on the order ID. Now here I am having two records, 101 and 100. So for time being, here I am going to take first record as negative. Okay, here I am going to take first record as negative. Okay, now my requirement is that I need to filter out the first record. Okay, that is negative record, and I need to send only the positive record into the process. ఈ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో నాకు జనరల్ గా ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ అనేది నెగిటివ్ ఉంది, సెకండ్ రికార్డ్ అనేది పాజిటివ్ ఉంది. సో ఈ సిచ్యువేషన్ బేస్ చేసుకుంటే వన్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ సెట్టింగ్స్ ఐ నీడ్ టు సెండ్ 102 into the process and I need to hold back -101 without sending into the process. Now I am going to configure the practical here. Now the process is going to begin here itself. Actually, మన process ఎక్కడ begin అవుతుంది? The process is going to begin here itself. Now, the start step of this connector is going to read the data and it is going to fetch the data into the book. ఈ start step of this connector ఏం చేస్తుంది? It is going to read the data and it is going to fetch the data into the boom. Now, my requirement is that I need to filter out the condition. Filter out the condition in the sense I need to filter out the positive records and I need to send all the positive record data into the process and I need to hold back the negative records without sending into the process. So in order to apply this condition, here I am going to take one more shape called as decision shape. Okay, I am going to take one more shape called as decision shape. Now here, decision shape is helpful for us to apply the if-else conditions. Now in the decision shape, we are having two branches. One is true branch and another is false branch. Okay, మనకి ఇక్కడ decision shape లో two branches ఉన్నాయి. One is true branch and another one is false branch. Okay. Now whatever the logic is going to get satisfied, మనం ఇక్కడ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ చేసే దాన్ని బట్టి మనకి ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే లాజిక్ సాటిస్ఫై అవుతాయో all those logics will be entered into the true branch. అంటే ఇక్కడ నాకు పాజిటివ్ రికార్డ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో పాజిటివ్ రికార్డ్ ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్ లోకి ఎంటర్ అవ్వాలి. The negative record will be hold back without sending into the false branch. Now here I am going to configure this decision shape. I am going to click on this decision shape. Now here I need to fetch the first value. What is the first value here? Here I am going to apply the condition based on the order ID. Okay, ఇక్కడ నేను దేని మీద కండిషన్ అప్లై చేస్తున్నాను? I am applying the condition based on the order ID. So because of that reason, here I am going to select the first value. So what is the type of data I am getting into the decision shape? Here I am getting the data in the form of CSV or plot file. So here I am going to select profile element. Okay, what is the type of data I'm getting here? That is in the form of CSV or flat file. So because of that reason, here I am going to select type as profile element, and here I am going to take CSV or flat file. Why I have taken profile element? Here already is one profile element, product is one profile element, price is one profile element. Okay, these are the profile elements in the respective input file. So now here I need to apply the condition based on the order ID. What is that order ID? Order ID is nothing but the profile element. Now here I have chosen the CSV or flat file. Now here I need to fetch that respective profile. Why? Because ఇక్కడ నేను order ID base మీద నేను condition apply చేయాలి. So in order to apply the condition, now I need to fetch the respective profile. So where is my profile? In the previous day, I have created the mapping. At the time of mapping, I have created the respective flat file profile. So now here you are having multiple profiles here. Now you are in confusion which profile is belonging to you. So in order to avoid that situation, here I am going to click on this respective folder, and here I am going to select the flat file profile. Once after selecting this flat file profile, now here I am going to select the respective element. What is the element? Here I am going to select all the elements whatever are available in the flat file profile. ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ ప్రొఫైల్లో ఏవైతే ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉంటాయో అన్ని ఎలిమెంట్స్ మనం ఇక్కడ చూడగలం. నౌ హియర్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు అప్లై ద కండిషన్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద ఆర్డర్ ఐడి. ఓకే, నౌ హియర్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు అప్లై ద కండిషన్ based on the order ID. Now I am going to select that respective order ID, and then I am going to click on it. Okay, now I will click on it. Now here I am able to retrieve the first value, that is nothing but order ID. Okay, ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం చేశానో finally I am able to retrieve the value order ID. Now I need to apply the comparison. So what should be the order ID? Order ID ఏం ఉండాలి? Order ID should be always greater than 0. So here I am going to take the comparison operator. Now here decision shape is going to provide multiple comparison operators here. Okay, we can apply multiple comparison values here. Now here I am going to apply the comparison greater than. Why? Because now here the first value order ID should be greater than. What is the value here? Second value I am going to pass 0. It means that the order ID should be greater than 0. Okay, now here I have apply the condition. I am going to click on it. Now here itself I am going to test. Okay, now here I am going to test whether I am going to get the desired output or not. I'll save this one. Now I am going to test the process. Now this relationship is going to get the document, and here only false branch is getting executed, but unfortunately true branch is not getting executed. మనం ఇక్కడ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ చేసినటువంటి లాజిక్ ప్రకారము మనకు ఇన్పుట్ ఫైల్లో ఒక పాజిటివ్ రికార్డ్ ఉంది, ఒక నెగిటివ్ రికార్డ్ ఉంది. ఓకే, మనకి ఇన్పుట్ ఫైల్లో ఒక పాజిటివ్ రికార్డ్, ఒక నెగిటివ్ రికార్డ్ ఉంది. యాజ్ పర్ దిస్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్, ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చినటువంటి కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ ప్రకారం, ఓకే, యాజ్ పర్ దిస్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ సెట్టింగ్ ఇక్కడ మనకి ఏం రావాలి? పాజిటివ్ రికార్డ్ ఏదైతే 102 ఉందో ఈ 102 వాల్యూ అనేది ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్ లెక్క వెళ్ళాలి, -101 అనేది ఫాల్స్ బ్రాంచ్ లెక్క రావాలి. బట్ హియర్ ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్ అనేది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ కాలేదు, ఇక్కడ ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ కాలేదు. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ నాకు ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ -101 ఉంది, సెకండ్ రికార్డ్ 102 ఉంది. ఈ లాజిక్ ప్రకారం -101 అనేది ఫాల్స్ బ్రాంచ్ లెక్క రావాలి, 102 అనేది ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్ లెక్క రావాలి. But unfortunately I am not getting anything into the true branch. Now I am going to check what I have received in the false branch. I am going to click on this false branch. I'll click on the shape source data. If I open this document viewer, here I'll be able to see the respective data. So here I am able to see both the records. Okay, first record -101 I am able to see here, and the second record positive record 102 is also I am going to see here. But actually as per the logic I need to have only -101 into the false branch and 102 into the true branch. But here I am able to see both the records. Now let's see, I am going to modify the input file once again. Now here I am going to take first record as positive. Okay, I am going to take first record as positive and second record as negative. Okay, here I am going to take second record as negative. Now I will save the input file. Now I am going to save the input. Now, once after saving, now I will save this one. Now I am going to test the process once again. ఇక్కడ నేనేం చేశాను, ఇన్పుట్ ఫైల్లో ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ పాజిటివ్ తీసుకున్నాను, సెకండ్ రికార్డ్ నెగిటివ్ తీసుకున్నాను. Now let's see how it is going to behave. Now in this situation, only true branch is getting executed. False branch is not getting executed. ఈ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో ఓన్లీ ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయింది, ఫాల్స్ బ్రాంచ్ అనేది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ కాలేదు. Now let's see what I have received here. I am going to click on this true branch. I'll click on this shape source data. If I open this document viewer, here I'll be able to see the records. Here I am able to see both the records. But here first record is positive and second record is negative. Okay. So now first record positive ఉన్నప్పుడేమో both the records I am getting into the true branch. Okay. Try to understand the logic. ఈ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ పాజిటివ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి both records are coming into the true branch. In the previous situation, whenever I am having first record negative, at that point of time, both records are coming into the false branch. Now, how this decision shape is going to work in the back end? How means, here, decision shape is going to take the decision based on the first record value. అంటే ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ జరిగేటప్పుడు decision shape అనేది ఇన్పుట్ ఫైల్ లేక వస్తుంది. ఒక decision shape will get the, okay, at the time of execution, the control will come to the input file. Okay, at the time of execution, the control will come to the input file and it is going to check only the first record. అంటే ఇక్కడ డెసిషన్ షేప్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ జరిగేటప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తుందంటే కంట్రోల్ అనేది ఇన్పుట్ ఫైల్ లేక వస్తుంది. దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు చెక్ ఓన్లీ ద ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్. అంటే మీకు కింద 10 రికార్డ్స్ ఉన్నా 50 రికార్డ్స్ ఉన్నా కానీ డెసిషన్ షేప్ ఈస్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ టు చెక్ ద రిమైనింగ్ రికార్డ్స్. ఓకే, ఇన్ దిస్ సిచ్యువేషన్ decision shape is not going to check the remaining records. Here, decision shape is going to check only first record. Okay, decision shape is going to check only first record. And based on that, it is going to take the decision. And take the first record and it is the positive record. Okay, so in this situation, first record is positive record. So because of that reason, it is going to assume that ఓకే కంట్రోల్ అనేది ఇక్కడికి వచ్చింది, ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ చూసింది, ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ పాజిటివ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు అజ్యూమ్ దట్ రిమైనింగ్ ఆల్ రికార్డ్స్ ఆర్ as పాజిటివ్. దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు సెండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇంటు ద ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్. ఓకే, if the first record is negative, the control will come to the input file and it is going to check the first record, and if it is negative, then it is going to assume that remaining all records are as negative. Then it is going to send everything into the false branch. Okay, now here decision shape is going to take the decision based on the first record only. It means that it is not going to check the remaining records. So in this situation, the logic is not going to work as expected. Now, in order to overcome that situation, okay, now I need to enhance this process further in such a way that now I need to split these two records into two different documents. అంటే నాకు ఉన్నటువంటి ఇన్పుట్ ఫైల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి 2 రికార్డ్స్ ఏదైతే ఉన్నాయో, నౌ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు స్ప్లిట్ దీస్ 2 రికార్డ్స్ ఇంటూ 2 different documents. Okay, now I am going to do the configuration settings in such a way that I am going to split these 2 records into 2 different documents, each document consisting of only 1 record. Okay, now here I am going to introduce one more shape. Now here I am going to take one more shape and I will that is nothing but data process shape. Now here I am going to take data process. Now this data process shape is helpful for me to split those 2 records into 2 different documents. Okay, now I am going to click on this data process shape. Now I'll click on this plus button. Once after clicking on this plus button, here you will be able to see the different types of operations performed by the data process shape. Now with the help of this data process shape, I can perform base 64 encode, decode, character decode, encode. There are many options. Okay, so we are going to see in the upcoming sessions. Now today my requirement is that I need to split the document. Okay, so I am having one document consisting of 2 records. Now I am interested to split those 2 records into 2 different documents. So because of that reason, here I have chosen split documents option. What is the type of data I am getting into the data process shape? That is nothing but flat. Now here I am interested to split each and every line as separate document. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి each and every record ఒక separate document గా నేను split చేయాలి. So because of that reason, here I am going to select split by line. Split by line in the sense I am going to split each and every line as separate document. And at the same time, now here I am interested to have the column header. Okay, column header in the sense order ID, product and price. I am interested to have retain first line as column header. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ఉన్నటువంటి కాలమ్ హెడర్స్ ని యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గా ఉండాలి అనుకుంటున్నాను. Whenever you split these two records into two different documents, each document will have column header as common. అంటే మీరు ఈ టూ రికార్డ్స్ ని టూ డిఫరెంట్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ గా స్ప్లిట్ చేసినా కానీ ఒక్కొక్క డాక్యుమెంట్ కి ఈ పర్టికులర్ కాలమ్ హెడర్ అనేది బై డిఫాల్ట్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే, నౌ హియర్ ఐఎమ్ ఏబుల్ టు సీ రిటైన్ ఫస్ట్ లైన్ యాజ్ కాలమ్ హెడర్స్. ఐ విల్ క్లిక్ ఆన్. నౌ హియర్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు యూస్ ద స్టాప్ సేవ్. I'll save this one. Now I am going to test the process. Now, if I click on the stop shape, if I click on the shape source data, see here, I am able to see two documents here. Okay. Now this data process shape is capable enough to split those two records into two different documents. I am going to open the first document here. 101 mobile 20,000. And I am going to open the second document. Here I am able to see the minus 102. Okay. Now I am able to split that single document into two different documents, each document consisting of only one record. Okay, fine. Now in the input file, wantedly I am going to change first record as negative and second record as positive. Now I'll save this one. Now I am going to connect this one to the decision tree. Now I am going to connect this to the decision tree. I'll save this one. Now I am going to test the process once again. Now see here, in this situation, both branches are getting executed. So here, true branch is getting executed as well. The false branch is also going to get executed. Okay. Now this data process shape is capable enough to split those two records into two different documents, each document having only one record. Those documents are entering into the decision shape, and here decision shape is going to filter out. The positive record is entering into the true branch and negative record is entering into the false branch. Now I'll click on this true branch. I'll click on the shape source data. I will open this document viewer. If I open this document viewer, here I'll be able to see the positive record 102. Okay, I'll be able to see the positive record 102. Now I am going to open this false branch. If I open this document viewer, here I'll be able to see the respective negative record. Okay, here I am having negative record minus 1. Now you need to know the order of execution as well. Now here I am having first record minus 101. Okay, here I am having first record as minus 101. As per your understanding, whenever the document reaches to the decision shape, you may feel that, or you may assume that, being first record negative, you may assume first false branch is going to get executed. మీరేమనుకుంటారు అంటే ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ నెగిటివ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి సో బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దట్ రీజన్ ఫస్ట్ ఫాల్స్ బ్రాంచ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుందేమో అని మీరు అనుకుంటారు. బట్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఇన్ ద బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ ఫస్ట్ ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు గెట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్. ఓకే, the backend first true branch is going to get executed, then only the control comes to the false branch. How means the data process shape is going to send some set of documents into the decision shape. This decision shape is going to send all the documents first into the true branch, and whatever the documents are going to get satisfied as per the logic. అంటే ఇక్కడ decision shape లోకి వచ్చేటటువంటి డాక్యుమెంట్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో ఆ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ మొత్తం ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్ లోకి వెళ్తాయి. సో ఏవైతే లాజిక్ ప్రకారం సాటిస్ఫై అవుతాయో ఆల్ దోస్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ విల్ బి ఎంటర్డ్ ఇంటూ ద ట్రూ బ్రాంచ్ అండ్ ద రిమైనింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ విల్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు ద false branch here. Okay, the remaining documents will come back to the false branch here. Now I am going to connect this true branch to the branch here. Okay, now I am going to save this one. Now I will test the process. Now see here, total process executed successfully. Now if I click on this disconnector, if I click on this shape source data, if I open this document viewer, here I will be able to see the positive record 102. See here I am able to see only one record. 102 is getting converted into the XML file. Now if I click on this false branch, if I open this document viewer, here I will be able to see the negative record coming and sitting in the false branch. Okay. Let us assume, Mahesh have purchased mobile and laptop at a time. Okay, Mahesh have purchased mobile and laptop at a time in Flipkart. Okay, so laptop is having positive order ID. So because of that reason, laptop got delivered. Okay, so Mahesh laptop mobile Flipkart lo purchase chesaru and he had made the payment. And laptop is having positive order ID. So because of that reason, laptop got delivered. And here mobile is having negative order ID. So whenever the mobile is having negative order ID, it is coming and sitting in the false branch. So the mobile ID is negative. So because of that reason, it is in the false branch. So the further execution is not happening here. So laptop is having positive order ID. The execution completed. The shipment happened and product finally delivered to the customer. But here mobile is having negative order ID and it is coming and sitting here. And because of that reason, there is no update regarding the mobile. Now, whenever this type of situation arises, we need to enhance this process further by applying error handling concept. Okay, we are having one more concept called error handling concept. Okay, so by using the error handling concept, we are going to enhance this process further in tomorrow's session.